Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen of the world, and welcome to the Ellipsis & Co Tutoring channel, where today we are moving on to part 2 on the topic of numbers, which is the first topic of the IGCSE Maths syllabus. In the previous video, we discussed the 5 biggest groups within this topic, which are natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, and prime numbers. If you want more insight on those, be sure to check out part 1 of this series. Today, we are going to be focusing on the next half of this topic. Now, factors are extremely important in this topic as they create the basis of specific number groups. We know that some numbers have doubled factors and tripled factors. These types of numbers are called square numbers and cubed numbers. A square number is a number that is the result of one of its factors being multiplied by itself. So, if we have a factor, let's say f, and we multiply f by itself, we get a square number. A square can be 9 because if we multiply 3 by itself, we get 9. This is the same concept with cubed numbers, in that a cubed number is one that is a product of one multiplying itself 3 times. For example, 27 is cube of 3 times 3 times 3. Now, square numbers and cube numbers are both connected by what is called an exponent, or a power. That is, this small number above the number. For example, when 5 is powered by 2, this can be called 5 squared, which is equal to 5 times 5, which 25, and 25 is a square number. This can be said about 2 to the power of 3, which is 2 cubed. This can be simplified to 8, and 8 is a cube number. It's not just small numbers that can power it. We can power 4, 8, even 100. But that would mean 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, all the way up to 100. Now, as we said, if we consider 5 squared, we get 25, where 25 is a squared number. But how would we reverse this to obtain the number being squared? Well, this is where we come up with what are known as square roots. Not like the roots of a tree, but rather like the base of a square number. It looks a bit like a divide sign we saw in primary school. But what this means is that when we have the square root of, let's say, nen, we want to find a factor of nen that when multiplied by itself gives us that value n. It sounds a bit backwards now, but in time, you will understand what it means. This concept is also similar for cube roots, power 4 roots, and so on. Our final idea of the day is when we combine the factors and multiples of 2 separate numbers together and try to find similar numbers. These are called highest common factors and lowest common multiples. For example, let's take the numbers 12 and 18. What are the highest common factors and lowest common multiples of these 2 numbers? Well, let's start with the factors. We need to write them down first. For 12, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. And for 18, they are 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, and 16. The common factors of these 2 numbers are 1, 2, 3, and 6, but the higher of the 4 is 6, so that is your answer. What about the lowest common multiple? Again, we write them down. For 12, 36, 48, 60, 72, and so on. For 18, they are 18, 36, 54, 72, 90, and so on. From both these lists, there is only one number in common, and that is 36. So this will be the lowest common multiple.